Yeah, and this is the weird thing. Even on here, archetype missing. So you got to click into the deck here to see what they are. And they went through spicerack.gg, which, cool.
Yeah.
Community started project here that's, I guess, affiliated with NRG. There we go. So, thought that was pretty neat as well. You got a longer cord than I do. Did you hear that Nova Eatery wants to move into the old Burn Bombs place?
I didn't.
Yeah.
Huh, weird.
I mean, they needed a place to go after Fargo Brewing shut down, so.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Did you ever eat at Nova?
The couple of times I went out to Fargo Brewing, I had, and I think it was just like, I got some fries. Weren't bad. I mean, you can fuck up fries, so.
Yeah. Fair enough. I haven't eaten them, but every time I went in there, I'm like, it just smells like, the bar food.
Yeah.
Well, should we get this rolling? Talk some Magic?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Hello and welcome, Magic folk, to episode 240 of This Week in MTG, your aggregate news podcast for all things Magic the Gathering. We're your hosts. I'm Matt. There's no Danny. And no just Anthony. But we have Big G.
What's up?
Do we got the Matt and Garrett show?
It's the Matt and Garrett show. We haven't done a Matt and Garrett show in a while. So it's been a spell.
It has been a spell. I guess we'll jump into that bit when we get to the podcast news. But let's take a second here to thank all of you dear dedicated listeners to the pod. Grateful for the opportunity to bring you the latest updates, insights, and discussions from the world of Magic each week. So here's to many more episodes and shared excitement. Now, if you're being entertained by the content we're producing, go to the podcast app you're using right now to rate and review us, which helps us with that whole algorithm thingamabob. But easily our favorite way that you can support us is just by word of mouth, telling your friends, your family, your LGS rival, your cat. Your cat could probably listen. I think I've said that before. Tell your dog. Tell your dog to listen to us. They're probably going to give us better reviews than a cat.
Potentially, yeah.
Now, with all that podcast business out of the way, let's go to the breakdown, where I guess kind of an update on the podcast. It's just like function-wise. You'll see what happens when we get there. I didn't write that down. We're going to jump over to the Boggle Desk, talk about a current event that's happening, NRG Chicago. At the time of recording, they are still playing, and we just have top eight decks and stuff. So we'll talk about that. From there, talk about some upcoming events, then jump into the news with some kind of exciting MTG Wiki news to people who probably knew there's an MTG Wiki. Some secret layers, some Year of the Snake, and some Universes Beyond criticism. After that, we're going to play everyone's favorite game, the Conjured Currency, and then we'll end this episode. I imagine, between Garrett and I, we could probably keep it in a nice tight 60 to
Fuck
70.
That shit. 45 this, and then we'll hit that 60.
There we go.
If we say 45, we'll hit 60.
Okay, that's our goal, 45. Starting now with the podcast news. Going to be a little bit update from my understanding. Danny is changing his stuff, so Danny will be here on opposite weekends.
So he'll be here on Crawl Space weekends?
Correct.
All right.
Okay, so just everyone's aware. That's why Danny hasn't been around the past 2 news episodes, I think it's been.
Yeah, that seems right.
Okay, so we'll address that going forward. Danny's not gone. He's still here. Life has just changed. Now let's jump over to the Boggle Desk. Salt and sugar reports.
Actually, I do got some salt and sugar. Last week, shameless plug. Join our Discord. We try to get some Friday and Saturday night matches going on, of which we got some matches last week. And fucking Life Taker His damn fiery emancipation every fucking time.
Oh my god.
Dude, he rocked Chaos, Nomad, and I just to ungodly amounts of damage.
You got Nomad to play too?
Yeah, Nomad's the one that got it in there.
Oh my
Or no,
god.
I think Goose put out the call. Nomad's like, fuck, I'm in. And then I see he's on there. I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm in. Matt, Danny, are we getting 2 pods? And neither of you must have been available.
I was sleeping.
I think Danny actually responded going, yeah, I'm not playing. Well, we got a full pod, so that was nice.
That is good. And with the card father himself.
He did. We actually were talking shop a little bit with Innistrad Remastered Kraken, and I will be sending him a Crater Hoof.
Yeah, you got some pretty solid pulls. Not like awesome pulls, but pretty solid.
I got solid. And like my first box wasn't terrible. Wasn't the greatest. But then I saw Nomads and I was like, fuck, I can do better than that.
Let me one up you, man. Let me show you how
Not
it's
even
done.
that. It was more so like, I can do better than my box. Your Nomad's box showed me I could do better. And so I got a box. I had one of the guys at J-Dubs, I was like, pull me the box. Pull me the box with the hot goodness. Not the hot garbage, the hot goodness. And that was the picture I had posted of, I don't know who's going to be more happy.
Okay.
Because it was a 2 Hullbreak Horror
Yes.
in one pack surrounding an Emrakul.
Yeah. I would argue I was more happy because of that, because Hullbreaker Horror, beautiful card overall. Best card.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you say.
Start buying them. They're really good.
But, and you've been saying that for how long?
A long time.
How's it panned out for you?
It could pop off. We've seen cards pop off all the time.
True.
We're probably going
Valid
to talk
point.
about some of them in the Conjured Currency for some of the huge-ass spikes here.
I suppose. But yeah, so Sugar got to play some Magic last week. Salt was, fuck. Damage was dealt.
Yeah, Fiery Emancipation. Is that the quad one? The
Yeah,
enchantment
no,
that deals quad damage or triple damage? Okay.
Triple. So, yeah, he's sitting here and he's like, oh, I'm going to, deal, he was doing his Annabelle doll deck. And it's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to swing. Oh, I have 10 creatures under 2 power. And it's like, fuck.
Does Annabelle make them unblockable, or does Annabelle deals
damage
deals
based off of them?
Okay.
And it's like, fuck.
So triple damage on top of combat damage.
Yeah.
That's fucking ridiculous.
And that's before combat damage even hits.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah. If I remember right. But either which way, it was a great night. I had a lot of fun. And I actually, I was like a one and done game. I was like, I'm going to bed because I'm just going to bed.
Fair enough.
I think the family had just gotten done being sick all week. And I was like, this is going to be me playing for me. And I'm going to take some time for myself and not take care of everyone.
Yes. You need that. You need
Type
that,
of
especially
thing.
when everybody's fucking sick.
It was, luckily the nice thing, I didn't have to do too much. The wife and the daughter just pretty much stayed home and slept. And I just had to take care of the boy.
Cleaning the snot off the walls.
No, they
picking
just
up all the tissues around the house.
No, the only complaint I truly have is like the girls were sleeping in the big bed. I didn't want to sleep in my daughter's bed because my feet hang off the bed anyway.
Yep.
And Beckham's bed is too uncomfortable. Plus that little punk just kind of squirms around and ends up kicking me in the face in the middle of the night when I sleep with him. So I was like, I'm going to go sleep on the couch like all week. And then one of the nights Beckham came down. Daddy cuddle?
Oh,
Sure, buddy. Come. And he did that most nights, but this particular night, I'm like, yeah, buddy, come on up. He sleeps with me, and then all of a sudden I wake up. I don't even know how much later, but I wake up later. Swear to God, half an ass cheek on the couch because the little fucker keeps pushing me off.
They have such tremendous power.
Well, and it's just
you don't realize that you're just
and obviously it's like that dad instinct. Even when it's sleeping, like, oh, I don't want to crush my kid, so he's kicking me. I'm gonna move.
Right.
All of a sudden, I'm gonna move myself off the fucking couch.
And then you're going to be sleeping on the floor, and Kevin's going to curl up to you and be like, I guess this is my warm
No,
bed.
Kevin was taking care of the girls.
Oh, very nice.
He was making sure they were good.
Good on Kevin.
Yep.
Very regal cat there.
Yep.
Knows how to do it.
Yep. So, yeah, there's the sugar and salt. So, we we've got a current event happening that we've got some results for, kind of.
Yeah. Okay. So, NRG Chicago is happening right now. It has the big event is the Modern 10K Top 8, and they have listed. I unfortunately have not watched anything today. Side note: I haven't watched any Magic today because I have picked up Elder Scrolls Online again, and I've been playing
Nice.
that all day. So did not watch any of that, unfortunately. But what we have now is the top seed is Duder61. These are some Twitter handles with some actual people's names, and then it's the deck. In Black White Flicker, we have Pugface MTG with Teamer Breach. We have Alex Pulaski with Red White Energy. We have Puff Sun 2 with Eldrazi Ramp. Andrew Brewster with Eldrazi Tron. We have MTG Rob with 4-Color Breach. Justin Brooks with Ruby Storm. Whoa. I'm pretty sure if Anthony was here, he would be very surprised just as much as I am for Ruby Storm. Making it in a top 8. Then we have Ted Lowenthal, also with Boros Energy. So of that, we have 2 Boros Energy, 2 Tron, 2 Breach decks, 2 Eldrazi decks, and a Black-White Flicker New Hotness that's here. And
Which
Ruby
that
Storm.
one looks like it's been going off, the Black-White Flicker, just in general.
Yeah, the crazy thing about it is it's like, honestly, old deck made new kind of a thing.
Yeah. But I don't know. The event's not done. Stats aren't pulled up. I don't know if we report on that too much more. If it's still actively going.
Yeah,
'Cause
we
we'll
know,
get more coming.
We know the top 4 right now, actually, as of an hour ago, is Grinding Breach versus Boros Energy, which Grinding Breach, I think, is one of the
Through the Breach decks.
Yeah, one of the Through the Breach, whether that's Teamer or 4-Color.
I think it's the Teamer one.
Will Kowalski, which they're both the Twitter names, but either way.
Yeah.
So that's going on right now. Last week, on last week's Crawl Space episode, Anthony and I, we talked about Modern and kind of like the bit of the format and how Teamer Breach is kind of the new powerhouse hotness that
It's
is
coming through.
being effective at combating Boros. You know, it's putting up pretty solid results.
So I found this the other day. This is like a side tangent.
Okay.
A little bit. This is how I know I've made it in the Magic world.
Oh.
Okay. And by me, I mean like a deck I like running that everyone gives me shit for.
Did an ally deck make it?
You're close.
Nah.
It's not a matter of making it. It was one of those EDH color stereotypes things.
Oh. I was about to say, we got to talk about this list of an allies deck made in top 32.
I'll post it up on our Discord. But 5-color. Slivers, dragons, allies, scarecrows. I'm like, yes!
Acknowledgement.
Finally!
Sooner or later, they're going to have to make more allies. They're going to have to give it its redemption arc it deserves.
That's what I fucking thought when we went back to Zendikar. That I was going to get more fucking allies. I got one motherfucker that barely does anything with allies, and he cares more about party.
Yeah. The party mechanic was kind of like a kick in the shin to ally. It's like, yeah, we had this awesome mechanic, but we're going to do a party thing instead.
The ally Discord group was...
There's an ally Discord group? Oh my God. Are you the mod of that?
No, but I should be, it seems like. Because I'm sitting here going, the fuck is this party bullshit? And somebody's like, all right, right? This is bullshit. We're back on Zendikar. You can throw ally in the fucking name. We were all pissed.
Understandably so.
We're pissed.
Now let's jump back into the time machine and come back to the present here.
Yep. So, some upcoming events. Obviously, I don't know if you guys were talking about it much last week in the crawl space, but I suppose we can't even call it the crawl space now. If it's going to essentially just be, we're back to status quo and it's just Danny and I swapping places.
We'll come up with more information.
Yeah.
Title-wise.
Anyway, Aether Drift's coming out. Previews are 100% done.
Yep. Full lists are out.
Including the commander decks.
Yes.
Which I'm sure we'll talk about later.
Have you looked at any of them?
I did.
Which one are you most hyped for?
Honestly, the zombies one.
Okay. Clearly, also a Zombies fan here over the energy.
And I think it's just because I'm not the biggest fan of energy.
Okay.
It's like it has its place. It's not that I don't like it as much as I don't like mill. I'd rather play energy than mill. It's another thing that's like, meh, yeah, whatever. But anyway, it's cool. Both decks are cool. I like them.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be fun.
Hit up your LGSs.
Because pre-release is next week.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Are you going to be participating in that?
ooh, I don't know. I really don't.
I wish I could say that I know as well, but I do not know. I think it's not. I think my sister has an event going on that we're going to be attending that night.
Oh heck yeah!
So-
Well, that's the nice thing about pre-release weekend. There's always events going on all weekend at your LGSs. A lot of them tend to have like Friday Night Magic pre-release, Saturday some kind of event. And I know Paradox does. Typically, that's the night that they do their two-headed. So, but yeah, so do that, and then
Also, LGSs, they do the commander stuff as well. Like
yes,
in the following 2 weeks, so there'd be like an Aether Drift commander event, most at premium LGSs or
Yeah.
just WPN stores in general, and you get like bonus packs and stuff like that for participating. Not Commander Showdown, that's Standard Showdown. I can't remember what the Commander events are for that.
but then I suppose a big upcoming event. I doubt either of us are going to it. Is MagicCon Chicago?
Unfortunately, not.
Yeah, it would be fun to go back to Chicago.
I fucking remember last year when they were going to Chicago, I was hardcore looking into a way to get down there, specifically via train, because I thought it'd be very
that would be cool.
fun to take a train all the way to Chicago, because there's a train that goes from Fargo to Chicago.
I think when the kids get a little older, I think that's what you and I should do, just so we don't feel that dad guilt and husband guilt of leaving the kids alone for a full weekend. Yeah.
I was pretty, and with last year as well, I was very close to getting Maddie to agree to it as well. She was getting close to finishing her schooling though, and didn't want to do that, and financial reasons as well. It was constricting on both ends there. So
It's mostly the financial stuff.
Yeah.
But daycare will soon be done.
Oh, dude, congratulations.
Well, we're going to be halfway there in the fall.
Okay.
So, but then, after school care is going to cost something. So, yeah.
Hopefully more reasonable, because you could find like extracurricular activities that
Later, but I mean, she'll be in kindergarten, so, not too many at that point.
Let's see, what do they got for kindergartners? Just for kicks? I know it was one.
Yeah, but that's not always she does that now, but
Okay.
that's not right after school.
Okay.
And they don't do transportation. The big thing is the transportation side of things.
Yes, transportation is good.
Or it's at the school. So, but MagicCon Chicago, they've got badges, they've got tickets, they've got everything up and ready. I haven't heard of it. I haven't seen any updates on anything selling out quite yet. Honestly, I think that is the exact thing that would make me want to go. There's going to be tattooing at MagicCon Chicago.
Which caught me off guard when I first saw that. I'm like, interesting choice. I mean, they know their demographic,
Yep.
I would say, because I imagine a lot of MTG nerds. Like, on a lot of the Facebook pages, there's at least maybe once a week or once every other
Somebody's
week.
got a new tattoo.
Yeah, new tattoo or like show your magic ink, and everybody just loves showing off their magic ink. And I love looking at all the magic ink.
And I'm excited once I have the time and everything to start up my nerd sleeve. Like, one of the first ones will probably be a magic little piece.
Are you going to have like an elf just slapped right on your forearm, you think?
Well, the whole thing is the way I'm going to do this arm is I'm going to do that honeycomb thing.
Okay.
And then make them a little bit bigger. So that way it's like, cool, instead of trying to figure out how to interweave everything.
Are you also going to do the thing where you go to different tattoo artists then for each honeycomb?
Probably not.
Okay.
I'm going to more so it's going to be something different in each one, but it's all going to be nerd stuff.
Okay.
And one of these days, I'm going to go into the guy that I've been going to recently and just be like, hey, this is what I want to do. Here's a couple cool ideas I was thinking if we can make it work, like make the outlines of the honeycomb pretty hollow. So that way, like maybe each tattoo kind of has a main color and then the colors kind of bleed together type of a thing as they get closer and everything.
That would be pretty sick.
Right. But tattoos cost money.
Yeah.
And they cost time.
Yeah.
And maybe someone in my life says they're not something that I need to do right now. Not pointing any fingers.
No fingers pointed. But who is this? By Ink Fusion Empire is going to be there.
Doing a variety of flash tattoos with Magic or D&D stuff. So with these flash tattoos, just in case people aren't aware, generally speaking, they've got the designs already picked out. And it's basically like, hey, I've got these 16 tattoo designs. Which one do you want? That's it.
Yeah, they're nothing too intricate. They're pretty solid. But I imagine, like, not is it Ed Hardy? Ed Hardy simple style looking tattoos like that.
Can
I'd
be.
probably say is what's up with that. we got Goose saying that Gary's gonna get Steve tattooed on him,
I might get Steve tattooed on me. You just leave me alone.
or Matt. You're gonna get me tattooed on your arm? I think that'd be pretty sweet.
Who says I don't already have you tattooed on me?
On a butt cheek?
I was going to say a butt cheek or I don't know.
Well, I guess we'll find that out later. We'll have to get the OnlyFans password from Danny there. Get that going. Find the answer to that.
But and then of course there's like the Art of Magic, so they're going to have a lot of the artists there. You can go meet. Definitely, this is go and meet some of the artists. Plan part of that out. There is a whole smorgasbord of artists that are going to be there. A lot of the times they will have some prints. They will have some original tokens that they do. All that kind of stuff. That was one of my favorite things going to do at MagicCon was meeting some of the artists, getting some of my cards signed. So if you're going to MagicCon Chicago, you're a person that likes having some of those cool pieces of, hey, in my deck, I have this signed card. Do that. Find them. Make the time for it. But then make sure to plan out accordingly, too, because some of the artists will be really busy.
Yeah. From when we went to Minneapolis, Chris Ron, I remember, that was a long-ass line. He's going to be there as well.
And then who else?
Dan Frazier is definitely going to be having a long line as well.
I think Mark Poole had a long line, too.
I imagine Elena Danner is probably going to have a long line. No. It's not Elena Danner. That was the Jeweled Lotus. No, was she? She's the Jeweled Lotus artist.
I think she was,
yeah. Okay, so she's probably going to have a long line as well. But then you got people like Mark Teeden, Phil Foglio. Those are Ryan Pancoast, Richard Kane Ferguson. Those ones are definitely going to be having long lines there. But, Wizard of Barge. Wizard of Barge is going to be there.
Nice.
He might have a long line because he's very popular and has 2 Secret Lair. No. Was it the Secret Lair Showdown playmats cards? One was the Pro Tour card. He had the because he had the Dark Ritual and he had the Jace. And I think both of those were they weren't the Secret Lair Showdown ones, were they?
No, I think they were. No, I think they were the Secret Lair Showdown ones. Yep.
Yeah, those are really good art.
But yeah, honestly, if you're going to MagicCon Chicago, please let us know. Like, we want to hear from you and hear about your experience and everything. So, yeah, I mean I think that's all we got on that.
Yeah.
Ready for some back and forth on the news?
The news.
All right, start us off.
Well, let's go off with MTG Wiki. Fun fact, that's the thing. Did you ever use, so before we get into the story, did you ever use MTG Wiki?
Little bit here and there, not too much.
Is there a reason why?
I looked into the lore.
Looked into the lore?
On some stuff, yeah.
Okay. So we have from Scryfall.com here, the blog that says MTG Wiki is now at mtg.wiki, hosted by Scryfall. As of today, Saturday, February 1st, 2025, Magic the Gathering Wiki is moving to a new domain, mtg.wiki. New contributions will no longer be hosted by Fandom. The Wiki administrators and the Scryfall team have reached to a conclusion that Fandom's advertising policies and design choices serve the community poorly. We have joined forces and copied all Wiki content and edit history to new hosting provided by Scryfall. The new Wiki will be 100% ad-free forever. Yippee! That's really fucking cool. So the short version of this, there's a couple bullet points here from them. Use mtg.wiki going forward. Also consider a browser extension like IndieWiki Buddy to help you avoid links to the old website. IndieWiki Buddy specifically just deletes any findings of fandom.com, like in the URL bit. All content and edit histories from the old wiki have been ported over. Most active editors have moved to the new site and won't be working on the old wiki. This opportunity was offered by Scryfall, and the decision was made unanimously by the administrators of the MTG wiki. Now, stuff that you can do here, the most important change for you to know is that you'll find up-to-date content on mtg.wiki rather than the previous domain. You can help support the wiki by updating all of your links. You can help yourself avoid outdated links by using a browser extension. Wikis are community activated, or are community activity, and we always welcome new editors. Whether you want to fix a typo or expand all of the glories of Phyrexia, we encourage you to create an account and be bold. And you can also join their Discord, which is all linked right here, and we're going to link this link for you to find. If you're
It's a link within a link within a link.
Linkception. Yeah. Way better than my link.
I do the voice. I do voices.
You got some rupees with that one. Smashing pots? No, yeah, it's rupees. You had me. I was gonna say rubles, but I'm like, no, that's Russian currency. You had me fucking worried there for a hot second. I'm like, oh no, I said it wrong. I got them
Just
confused.
blankly stare at you like, what the fuck are you talking about?
So the new wiki is completely ad-free. They have controlled the style of the website, and there's more speed and privacy. So they're going separate ways. From the old wiki, fandom has the right to continue hosting the old wiki content. We ask you, do not delete content from the old wiki or otherwise deface it. But foremost, we ask you to simply stop using the fandom wiki. Come to mtg.wiki for your daily needs and references. So one thing I want to point out here, really nice. They have featured articles that they do in news stuff, important for us as an aggregate news podcast here, and upcoming events and releases.
Sick.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't use MTG Wiki a lot just because of all the pop-ups for the ads there. It was always ridiculous. Another site that I don't use a lot because of all the pop-ups is MTG Rocks. No offense to their content and stuff, but it's like it just bogs down my phone. It fucking bogs down my computer because of it. And the same with the wiki.
The nice thing is a lot of the time within that first little bit of things, hey, Danny, is they at least link where they got the information. Then I go, thank you.
Yep. It's just pretty much quick in and out there.
I'm out.
And it's like, again, MTG Rocks, I get it. You know, you're trying to make your bag. It's really nice that you do that. You deserve it. But fuck, I don't want to stay on your website too long.
I know. It worries me. So, Matt, you want to talk about some snakes?
Because you're the
snake is snake.
Snake is snake.
Snake is snake. So earn some sweet Year of the Snake promos at your local game store. Quick editor's note on this article from the mothership. These promotional cards and events are available at select WPN stores in the following locations: Japan, China, Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, Indonesia, the Philippines, Thailand, Korea, Taiwan, and Hong Kong. Did you notice anything missing there?
No, I haven't actually.
Beautiful. Cool. Let's keep going then.
But with that, in all seriousness, yes, United States is not in there. This is not new, as we've talked about for the past 5 years. Whenever they've done a year of the ox or the dragon or the rat, it is specifically for the APAC region. So
mainly because the year of celebrations are a big thing over there. So this is a cool thing that is a local thing, and you know what? If you're gonna get mad about it, move on over.
Yeah, or just prepare to pay the premium for
that too.
The shipping that is going to cost from getting across the ocean there.
So, at these wonderful events, at the local game stores, they are running Lunar New Year events featuring Standard, Commander, Draft, and so much more, where you get the opportunity to get some cool, updated art of some fun snakes. So, snakes. So, first and foremost is Icarus the Withering Storm, 2 colorless.
I think it's Xerix.
Tomato.
Yes.
Okay, cool. 2 colorless, and then Teamer, so green, blue, and red. Legendary creature Snake Leviathan, flying, and it's a 3/5. Whenever an opponent draws a card, except for the first one, they draw in each of their draw steps. Create a 1/1 green snake creature token. When he deals combat damage to a player, you and the player each draw that many cards, and then there's a new art for that. There is a new snake token art with some fireworks and such. And then Lotus Cobra also is getting a new art. And Steve is getting a new art as well.
A lot less hands, I noticed.
Yeah, but you know what? That's fine. It's okay.
Oh, it just dawned on me of Goose's comment that you're going to get Steve tattooed on your arm. I was thinking Minecraft Steve.
I was thinking Steve.
Yes,
Steve.
This Steve makes way more sense now compared to Minecraft.
If I'm getting Minecraft Steve on me, it's going to be some kind of pixelated version of Jack Black Steve.
That's exactly what I was thinking you were going to say there with that.
All right, but other than that, we have a Castado Archmage also getting one, and then we have a cool forest with a water snake in the background.
Yeah, they look very beautiful.
I was about to say, was that a... Oh, there it is.
One thing of note, I guess, with the Xerix, the Withering Storm here, is that this is the first time it's getting new art. It had 2 printings before, Commander 2020, its original printing, and Dom U Commander deck.
Yep, so there we go.
We got Goose in the chat saying, wow, Matt, yes, I'm aware. Come on, man, give me some slack here.
You said that wrong.
Slack.
Thank you. All right, now moving on to the next one.
Next, we have way more Secret Lair stuff to talk about here.
Festival in a Box for MagicCon Chicago, which, I don't know, I feel like I kind of want to get one.
I mean, I feel all the Festival in a Box as soon as this loads here. Come on. Eventually.
Sometime. Oh, well, I don't think it'll load because it's not at live yet.
Oh, well, here, I got to fucking go around and do another thing. But they have a lot of good stuff in there all the time. It's always worth the value that you get in there from,
Oh, I was able to click on it. Why weren't you?
I could click on the next one that we were going to talk about.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. No, I can't.
Oh, it's just get notified information.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Well, so there's Festival in a Box. It will have a Secret Lair that the reason why I am the most interested is probably because it has an Animar in it.
Oh, is this going to work?
I don't know if it's going to work. And then it'll have a Mystery Booster 2 box in there, which has all the goodies in there.
Yeah.
So
I think we talked about Mystery Booster 2 at Worlds because when they dropped that one.
Yep.
So it's the same there.
Yep. So, I mean, that would be the big draw to want to get one is that. Obviously, then there's going to be some other stuff in there, but most notably between this one and the last one is the fact that there will not be, or at least they haven't announced, that there is not going to be any collector's boosters in there. So that's why hopefully the price will be a little cheaper for that one as well. But then they've started releasing some of the stuff that are going to be in the Winter Super Drop series, which I think is also probably not going to work. So there's going to be more information coming up. I think right now we're having some technical difficulties.
Did I lose internet?
No, I still have it on my phone. Still working.
Well, I guess my fucking browser is just being an asshole.
So we'll have more information coming up on what's all going to be in them and everything. So please stay tuned. Obviously, I am sure we will post stuff up in the Discord as soon as it becomes available. So make sure to look out there. Yeah. Ready to move on to the next one, or are you hell bent on this one?
Slightly hell bent. I think. God, I know that there's. I was trying to use mtg.wiki there, see if that would work, and the page wasn't loading. So I don't know if it's. I think it's not an on them thing because I'm able to use my internet here still. Yeah. So I know they made it a post about it. This is what I get for using wrong links. Though, to be fair, I guess I thought that the Secret Lair website would at least show the cards and what's in there.
I don't think so because you just passed by the Secret Lair test article, so I don't think there was one.
Damn it.
So we'll have more information coming up for you next. But right now, Matt's got a blogatog to talk about.
Yeah, we do. This one has caused some waves, as per usual, in the blogatog realm.
No.
Unfortunately, we don't have Danny here for to hear his live takes on this. But blogatog fashion here. So we have a tree in a storm going on Mark Rosewater's blogatog here, where people can write to him and he replies back very diligently a lot of the time and gives like inside information, knowledge, and like tidbits of things going on in Magic. It answers a lot of questions. So A Tree in a Storm asks, my last comment about consumer trust. It's difficult to take your word about it when you make vague statements like, quote, the players spoke, end quote. Who? Until this was announced, none of us said they wanted universes beyond it. The responses for saying, quote, data shows or, quote, players want don't mean anything if the data is a secret. From what little is public, it just looks like WotC saw dollar signs and went back on their statement. Being more transparent about these decisions / the reasons for it could help. And this is in response to Mark Rosewater making a tweet or another Tumblr post about where it's like, yeah, Universes Beyond, they're liked a lot. The data shows us this. And so this is a person saying what they said. Now, Mark Rosewater says, the best-selling booster release, Commander Deck's Secret Lair, all Universes Beyond, and the vast majority of buyers, existing Magic players. The sets that score the highest in market research, Universes Beyond. The upcoming sets that have the highest social media engagement, Universes Beyond. Universes Beyond is killing it in every metric we use to measure all overall player happiness. It is our job to pay attention to what players want. You, again, the collective, quote-unquote you, representing the totality of players, is quite vocal. They really like Universes Beyond. This is why we are doing it, so much of it. Now this, I feel we could dive into this a little bit. That's why I figured, put it at the end of the news section here. Get into the meatiness of this. Because first off, my comment I want to say is, yes, the upcoming sets have been the highest on social media engagement. Could be the engagement for all the wrong reasons, though. I feel this neglects the thought of any press. They're going any press is good press, but it's like, is it though? Like if all the social engagement is on some of the negative side of it. But yes, like best-selling booster release, Commander Deck's Secret Lairs. We know Lord of the Rings was the best-selling booster set last year.
And why wouldn't it?
All time. And
why wouldn't it? So many people love Lord of the Rings. And even if they're not the biggest Magic players, and maybe they still haven't gotten into playing Magic, the arts are beautiful, and I'm sure bring a lot of joy to people, especially that love Lord of the Rings. So...
Mm-hmm. And the engagement with the Fallout Commander decks, that was also big.
Yep.
Doctor Who Commander decks were also big. Fucking gangbusters and stuff with that. But Final Fantasy, like everybody hyped on Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
I don't think this is my, not ambiguous, what's the small anecdotal, my anecdotal take here, but I have not seen negative comments about Final Fantasy. The only thing close to negative that I've seen is people saying, I hope they don't fuck this up. Like that is the worst I've seen about Final Fantasy. So engagement wise for Universes Beyond there.
That's going to be a big thing too, because here's the honest to God truth. A lot of people that play Final Fantasy definitely play Magic and vice versa.
Yeah.
I can't say I'm one of them. I've played before, but I'm not like a diehard by any means.
Mm-hmm.
And you mess with those diehard fans, they will fuck you up in any way that is feasibly allowed to them.
Well, is that
or
also
applicable to them?
Is that in the reverse for Magic players as well then here too?
Yeah, Magic players are a bunch of whiny babies.
Well, Final Fantasy players will probably say the same about themselves.
Exactly. So, like I said, as feasible. They're just going to sit and bitch and moan about things the most. But I don't know. It will be interesting to see. Like, honestly, not the biggest Fallout person, but there's a couple of cards that were from the decks that were really good that I got Mutation Advantage for my Atraxa deck. And it basically just gives hexproof to anything that has counters on it.
Yeah.
And that's my Planeswalker deck. So it's like, yeah.
Why not have that?
Exactly. So
this boils down to like it's always the core argument for stuff like this is it doesn't feel like Magic. It takes away from the high fantasy of it. And I remember reading about someone arguing the point of like there's different levels of fantasy for a fantasy card game. There's high fantasy like Lord of the Rings, but also fantasy of like going down to the fantasy of The Walking Dead. It's fantasy for zombies. You know, you just...
Here's the thing. I'm still so excited to build my Capcom versus Marvel deck.
Yes. Yes. And I feel, you know, it's just
all I need now is G.I. Joe, so I can make a cool humans robots deck with the Transformers stuff.
One of the biggest things that I believe is that the vocal minority are definitely loud of those that dislike Universes Beyond to this extent.
Now, here's the thing. I can understand because this will be the first Universes Beyond that's standard legal. I can understand that, where a lot of the Universes Beyond stuff was, hey, it's for Commander, it's for Legacy, it's for Vintage. Like, it doesn't affect the modern or like the mass majority of the people that play. Well, that play 60 card constructed decks.
I was about to say, even like, I know Mark Rosewater has gone on the record multiple times to say that the biggest like format that people play is cards that I have. So it's like 60 cards that I have or whatever. Like,
yeah,
they're gonna be playing that. It's not even like necessarily a commander. It's like it'll be affecting them in the manner that they're like, oh, this is cool. And I always got to like think of that when it comes to trying to think about it in open-minded, keeping an open mind with my thoughts of like, if the majority of Magic players are just extremely casual people that are just like, cards that I have, they honestly just buy packs. Like, they're not enfranchised like us. We are enfranchised motherfuckers. We have a podcast.
We have a podcast. We have sealed collections. We have organized collections.
Garrett says while pointing to the wall.
While also thinking about
your fancy ass
fucking Commander deck wall.
Which is honestly still very cool.
Hey, which deck am I playing today? I don't know. Let me reach back here and grab one. Dude, I love that wall.
It's a good wall.
I do love that wall.
It's a fucking good wall.
Here's the thing. I think I need to make it bigger.
Going above the 32? Gonna make it 64?
I've already gone above the 32. When I count the precons of the Warhammer and the Doctor Who ones.
Fair.
I'm already above it. But I maybe have another 5-color deck.
Oh, nice.
The Assassin's Creed one. I've got it done.
Oh, that's 5 colors. Yeah. That's right, because you made it Ezio.
Well, it's Ezio, so it is 5-color, but I don't really do that second ability.
Gotcha.
Honestly. I just want the free running. And then I make it so that way if I can't do free running, I just don't.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so, and I mean, this ties into the Universes Beyond stuff too. It's like, that deck was a lot of fun for me to build because even though I haven't gotten to play many of the newer ones, a good majority of the cards are from the time like the arts and the characters are from the games I played in. But then even some of them are like, cool, this card, like I have the Allfather in the Doctor Who deck I made, the 14th one. So like it matters, like it adds things to the game. It does. Whether it's mechanically unique cards or it's, hey, cool, that has an ability that really works in in the universe that it's within. So, like, I'm excited to see what some of the mechanics are going to be with the Final Fantasy stuff. Like, are they going to work turn-based in there somehow? Kind of? I don't know.
One thing I always think back to is Magic players always, before this happened, they were thinking of, like, how would a property make a Magic card and stuff. And it's like, Magic is a game engine that you can do that with. And
it's I don't know. And we've got Goose up here. The Fallout decks made him finish the Fallout games he started. So look at that. Hey, cool. I want to finish these games because I got the Magic cards coming. And I'm pretty sure in a roundabout way there is a Dark Magician and Blue Eyes White Dragon Magic card in the game already.
Just got to look at the art closely.
Yep.
Not a name, in art.
In art, yep. But yeah, I don't know. Magic Wizards needs to slow down a little bit on some of the stuff they're pumping out because, I don't know, my wallet's still getting Magic fatigue. But at this point, it's not even like my wallet, it's my store credit wallet is feeling fatigued.
Right.
So it's, it's one of those things where it's like, shit. Well, yeah, I'm going to buy some of this. Like, oh, cool, yeah, I'm going to buy Innistrad Remastered because it has some cool fucking cards in it. And if anything, it's cool. I've got a cheaper version of a card I already play, so I can get rid of the card that's the more expensive version and just feed my store cred in a different way.
You get to trade in your old Border Faithless Lootings that you opened, because that was in Innistrad, right? Was Faithless Looting in Innistrad?
It was.
No? Okay. Get to trade in those for like $5 a pop or whatever.
Already did that.
Yeah.
And about 50-cent versions.
Yeah, that's right. You talked about it.
Talked about it
2 weeks ago.
No, that was more than 2 weeks ago. That was a while ago.
That was a while ago.
When the Faithless Lootings got unbanned, so then the retro 4 bordered ones were popping up in price. I was like, fuck yeah, here you go. Here you go. Take them now, please, before the price changes. But yeah, so I don't know. Universes Beyond is cool. I like it. I think when they started it, it was obviously Secret Lair stuff, which made it kind of one of those. Then people were complaining because mechanically unique cards in a venue that people can't all access or don't want to access. It's not in packs. Like, Magic players are going to find one reason or another to complain about something. And it's going to be, they're going to complain about the same thing, but they're going to complain about it in a different way. Oh, cool. Now Universes Beyond is going to be standard legal. Fuck this, yada, yada, yada.
I do want to just like highlight the fact I do think it is a vocal minority that's just like are getting answered or getting, the spotlight shined on their questions, their disinterest of it. And I think a lot more people are just, lukewarm about it. It's like, it's fine. Like you were talking about, you're excited for the mechanics. And I feel that a lot of Magic players are on that side as well, where it's like the mechanics are what get me. Yes, it could be a robot kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Or it could be a British phone booth,
Yeah.
It's just like...
And that's the thing is, too, the Universes Beyond stuff is going to get different people excited. I mean, seriously, do we need to, like, roll back the tape to when they announced Doctor Who shit and who the fuck probably was sitting and banging the table the most going, fuck yes, let's go!
Roll the tape. We know who it was. It was Danny.
Yep. It was. But then at the same time, I was at that point before they started announcing cards. I was going, man, they better not fuck up shit. Because it's true. That's something I love. I love Doctor Who. So obviously I'm going to be upset if they fuck around with something I love. So I can see where like Final Fantasy people are probably in that same spot. But until they start releasing cards, that's where they're going to be for right now.
So I was telling you about this tweet that I saw before the recording of the podcast by Saffron Olive. I couldn't find it in time, and I'm paraphrasing here. It was something of where Saffron Olive was saying that he's not a fan of what the Aether Drift set is looking like right now.
You mean the Fast and the Furious set?
Is what is looking like, and he's not interested in it. And then the prof makes a comment on that saying, and this is the reason why that Universes Beyond. Again, paraphrasing the reply here, but like this is the reason why Universes Beyond is picking up in popularity is because a lot of
make
people.
it so my mic can drop down to me real quick? Cool. Ding, ding, ding. In this corner, coming in his tweed jacket and his long hair and his English learning skills, master of the buying singles.
Master of the Merfolk.
Ooh, yes, master of the merfolk. And buyer of the singles, it's the prof. And in this corner, the guy who mispronounces every single card name.
Again.
And has a glorious beard all his own when he's on his live streams.
Glorious.
It is glorious. Let's hear it for Saffron Olive. Two will enter, one will leave. Who will it be?
I don't know. It's two big content creators, but like that mentality, that thought process is like maybe.
I mean, Prof isn't wrong. He's not wrong. He's not. Maybe the way he went about it wasn't the best, but he's not wrong.
He took the inflammatory. Is that the right descriptor for it? The inflammatory route?
Yeah.
You know, to kind of like highlight. Yes, you know, it's like this is why people are complaining. You know, it's like. So to those that aren't fully aware, it's like people are upset about Universes Beyond getting made more while also complaining about the internal Magic IP kind of sucking is what they say. And my opinion, I don't know. I don't think it's sucked. Like everything I've seen in Aether Drift, the cards look good. People said like Murders of Karlov Manor sucked, but I'm like, the cards are good in there. You got Vein Ripper, you got the
and that's
Surveil lands.
And that's the thing is like they're gonna say it sucks because I think we're in the post end game era of Magic right now, where maybe some of the stuff is sucking. The story doesn't interweave. And
Do you read the story? Do you listen to the story?
I'm taking this from the person who doesn't listen to the story perspective.
Yes. Okay.
Not everything interweaves. Where are all my planeswalkers I love so much? Why aren't they making the same amount of planeswalkers they made before? Yada, yada, yada. That being said, I haven't listened to any of the Aether Drift stories yet.
Neither have I. The last that I listened of the MTG Stories podcast was actually Murders of Karlov Manor. And I got into one of the Outlaws of Thunder Junction, which, you know,
actually, I'm about the same, I think.
I thought,
if I remember it.
I was excited about Murders of Karlov Manor. I thought that whole story was really cool. But I guess I'm not a literature fan guy. I'm very when I watch something, read something, or see something, a lot of the times I'm like, they did a really good job on that. Yeah. I think it takes a lot for me to be like, yeah, that was actually shit.
Yeah.
You know?
So.
I fucking liked Killer Tomatoes from Outer Space, for God's sakes. I thought that movie was wonderful.
Did you like Killer Clowns from Outer Space too? That
was also good. Did you know one of the this is one of those like movie facts that a lot of people don't know.
After this fact, we should move on though, so we can stay within our time frame we said we would be.
Okay, so the clowns got used in a separate movie that I'm now drawing a blank on because I got because I felt rushed here. God, what was the movie that the clowns from Killer Clowns from Outer Space got put in? It was a Jim Henson. It's not The Labyrinth with David Bowie. Not David Bowie. David Bowie, right?
David Bowie.
Yeah, with David Bowie. It's not that one. God, what the fuck was it? Oh, it'll pop into my head later. But yes. So overall, Universes Beyond, I don't know. It's going to be a thing. We'll see how it goes.
Exactly. So, all right.
It's your turn for the game.
Is it my turn?
I'm pretty positive it's your turn because I did it last week.
Oh, it would technically be Anthony's turn, but he's not here.
But
so it's my turn.
It would be your turn.
All right.
Did you read?
I didn't read.
Perfect, because I read just to prepare for this.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, while Matt's getting the scoreboard up, while he's getting things typed up and ready, it is everyone's favorite time of This Week in MTG, the Conjured Currency game, where we go to a wonderful article on MTG stocks.
There you go.
The weekly winners article that goes over 3 to 4 cards moving up in price. Do I have 3 or 4 today?
3.
Oh, cool. And 3 to 4 cards moving down in price. With the moving up in price, what we do is we like to talk about the card, do some info, the highest it's sold for, its all-time low, what it's currently selling for, what it does, all that shit. and then what sets it's legal in, and we talk about what we think it might be, or what it might be causing, what it's causing it to go up, is basically what we try to get to. So we go with what set or what format it's causing to go up, and then like if it's commander, like what commander is causing it to go up, and then if it's not commander, like, hey, give us the archetype, give us the general scoop, more than just, oh, it's clearly if it's a red card, it's a red deck. I mean, it could be red deck wins, but anyway, that's where we're at. So live score update, what do we got?
Right now, as of today, we have me with 6.94 points, Anthony at 4.97 points, Garrett at 4.25 points, and Danny at 1.5 points.
Danny's got to get some games in.
He has to show up.
Yeah.
So, Garrett, are you ready?
I'm ready, baby.
Okay. Boop.
Ooh.
First card we have on the list here today
Yep.
is Verena, the Lich Queen.
All right.
It is black, blue, white 1 for a 4/4 legendary creature zombie wizard. Whenever you attack with one or more zombies, draw that many cards, then discard that many cards, you gain that much life. Has an activated ability of 2 generic. Exile 2 cards from your graveyard. Create a tapped 2/2 black zombie creature token. This card was originally printed in Commander 18, has printings in Double Masters and an etched foil in Double Masters, and a secret lair drop of the Evil Dead of Linda, Kandarian Queen.
Ooh.
So this card jumped up 2,920%
Son of a bitch.
to be sitting at $15.19. The card specifically is the Double Masters etched foil.
Okay.
Here.
Okay.
And that is $15.10 is what I said. And before, which on Friday, the article comes out, and today, Saturday. So
A little bit changing.
a little bit of price discrepancy. Average price, which is what people are trying to sell it at, and market price, what people are trying to buy it at. Average is $11.47. Market price, $9.96.
Oof.
Foils, $20.
Nice.
European average, 43 cents.
Nice. What's the all-time low?
All-time low is 39 cents, and that was July 27th of 2024. All-time high was yesterday, $15.10. Couple things of note. It is not a reserve list card. It is legal in Legacy, Vintage, Commander, and Oathbreaker.
And we've already talked about all the other printings.
Yes.
All right.
Why is this one moving up in price?
Well, we already kind of talked about this one because this looked into some of the decks. So it's the new Aether Drift Commander deck, the zombie one.
100%. Right on the nose. Full point. Can't even fuck around with that one. Yes.
I mean, it is a zombie. It does zombie things.
Yep.
So
And it just talks about, it goes well with a team at Naktamatoon's Will.
Yep.
They just work well together. Even referring to them on the battlefield, each attack is like a mini Craterhoof Behemoth type effect, is what your zombies get. So
it's nuts.
and then it mentions here that the Verena, the Evil Dead one, is the only special one, and that one is going for $30 about now. Average price $30.79. Market price $26.09. Foils of the Evil Dead Verena $72.80.
Son of a bitch.
And that one had an all-time low of $5 back in November 14th of 2023.
Jesus.
So people that picked that shit up,
Good on you.
good on you. So, yes, Verena the Lich Queen, full point for Garrett there. Next card we have is Unfulfilled Desires. This card, originally printed in Mirage, we're going to read the errata text here, but it's not far from the original text, is black, blue, 1, enchantment, pay a generic, pay 1 life, draw a card, then discard a card. This card has only been printed in Mirage, and what is that? Do you hear what it's from? It is a reserve list card. So, it jumped up 1,071% yesterday to $29.91. But today, Saturday, average price $29.49. Market price $26.92. European average $3.33.
€3.
€3.33. Thank you.
Anytime.
So that card, which also, fun fact, all-time low. You ready for this?
5 cents.
5 cents. Close. 34 cents.
Damn it.
34 cents. Over a quarter. And its all-time low was in November 20th of 2015. All-time high, $55. Had a spike back in February of 2021.
Huh. I wonder
So-
what caused that spike.
Kill time stuff, it looks like.
Probably. That makes sense.
That's where the spike shows up here. But other than that, it was back down, leading up to this sub $2 to this spike
Nice.
today. So anybody that spec'd on this pretty solid draw-ish, discard-ish engine, reserve list card, you're probably going to be making out like a bandit going on forward here on out. So jumped up 1,071%. Why is this moving up in price?
This one I saw talked about in one of the groups I'm in. Same deck. Commander.
100%.
Yeah.
It's the Timid Noctamoon's will. It goes in there, and that is it. Zombies are now moving. I think we've seen this before a lot of times when there's a strong tribal theme, typal theme, is that a lot of those cards are going to go up in price. So I guess look at any zombie in your collection, because they're probably going to have like some
A
multiplier
little bit of a spike.
for the next like month, I'd
Yeah.
say, as people are now getting these decks and starting to put them together. Also, I've noted here, there's another card that is close to Unfulfilled Desires called Tortured Existence. It is a black enchantment from Stronghold that is black. Choose and discard a creature card. Return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand. That also saw a 242% increase and is now almost $15.
Nice.
So that is another card that is moving up because of the Esper Zombie deck. Now, that's 2 points.
Ooh.
Are we going to give you the full Monty? Are you going to get an
Oh.
actual non-dirty Jameson full Monty here?
Let's go.
Honestly, I truly believe
Let's
that you
go.
will, because
Let's
when you
go.
see this next card, Recruiter of the Guard,
Ugh.
white
Just read the damn card.
white 2 creature, human soldier 1/1. When Recruiter of the Guard enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a creature card with toughness 2 or less, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. This card has multiple printings. First printed in Conspiracy Take the Crown. Then it had List reprinting, and then reprinted again in Modern Horizons 3 with a normal border and an old border variant. But the one we're talking in particular is indeed the Modern Horizons 3 printing, non-old border. Jumped up as of yesterday 122% and is now $20. This card is legal in Modern, Legacy, Vintage, Commander, Oathbreaker, Historic, Brawl, Timeless. Okay. So, jumped up that 200%. Average price, $24.99. Market price, $18.94. Foils, going for $29.76.
Nice.
European average, €7.38.
Remember when foils used to have a higher multiplier?
Yeah.
Because I do. So does Pepperidge Farms.
Little side note. Did you listen to the new heuristic studies video?
No, not yet.
Very good one. Talks about ambiguity and makes you think about a lot of stuff as well. Highly recommend it. Go check it out. Not sponsored, but Sam does great videos.
Huh, all right, cool.
But why I bring this up is there's a sponsor in there that he had of a company that makes these humidifier packs where you put your cards in, they humidify it to like get it back onto, so they're not a Pringle.
Yeah.
And I imagine I trust Sam with like getting sponsors and stuff that he's not gonna like shill shit that he won't trust, and he like used it before. So I'm half tempted because I got a fucking like whole couple boxes of just like curl cards that I can almost put in a Pringle can instead, and just like I'll just leave it there and give it a try to see how that dehumidifier bit works actually.
There we go.
So go watch the video to see what it is. Use that code to give it a shot. I might actually try it, but first and foremost, Heuristic Studies videos always top notch, banger every time. But did I say the all-time low of this card?
No, not yet.
$4.53 back in September 2nd of 2024. All-time high, $45 May 28th of 2024. Not a reserve list card, clearly.
Cool. Oh, all right, cool.
So, Garrett, why did Recruiter of the Guard move up in price?
Well, funnily enough, I think we've already talked about the deck.
Okay.
Maybe even the format that this has gone up. I'm going to go with this just because we talked about it a little bit. Is it modern? And is it the Azorius Blink deck? Just to specify, too, in case I messed up the guild name or whatever. Black, white, blink. Modern. Locking in the answer.
There we
Fuck yes.
go. Recruiter of the Guard spiked this week from around $6 because of the Orzhov Blink deck. Not exactly the list that we were talking about with the NRG, but since it's popping up in popularity, 100%, that is why this is moving up. The Orzhov colors can find Solitude, which answers a lot of popular threats in the current metagame, but also being able to blink Solitude, Recruit of the Guard is good, but the flanker decks also, it mentions here Overlord of the Battlemerc being a good reason as well. It pulls back a lot of those creatures, and it's a big body on top that you can blink out. You make the enchantment, blink the enchantment, it's now it's a creature. And then it also mentions here Philia, Exuberant Shepherd. This was a deck that Anthony and I, we talked about last week on the crawl space about Modern there, so
I may have also pulled it from there.
you got a fucking full-on Monty, non-Dirty Jameson.
Pew, 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 pew.
The first.
In this round of things.
Yes.
My first full Monty. Oh, yeah.
So,
this is what first place feels like now.
This is what first place feels like for you right now. You are at 7.25, followed by me at 6.94.
Yeah.
It's a significant lead.
Feels good.
As it should. It's a non-Dirty Jameson.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking Anthony.
Suck it, Anthony.
Suck it, Anthony. And the great thing is, we actually know he's going to listen to this. Danny, he's not. We can't shit on Danny because it's no fun. He's not going to listen. Exactly. He's not going to make a comment on it later. Anthony, he's going to make a comment on it later.
Anthony, get good, scrub.
Get good, scrub. Stop drinking Dirty Jamesons.
Yeah. Jeez, just drink regular Jameson. But we got Goose. We got Goose in the chat. Tortured existence. Sounds like my life. Yeah, it does sound like your life every time you play the Lord of Pain deck, my friend. When I'm in the pod.
Pew, pew, pew.
Sorry, man. Like I said the other week, the only time that Lord of Pain deck seems to cause any pain to anyone else is the pain of us having to watch him get hurt.
Oh, boy. So, let's talk about some cheap pickups here.
Okay.
We have Flowering of the White Tree, which is white legendary enchantment. Legendary creatures you control get +2/+1 and have ward 1. And non-legendary creatures you control get +1/+1. This came out in Lord of the Rings. And it was also found on the premium penny stock list. It is $4.85 and moving up. Next up, we have Liliana Dreadhorde General, which is the Foundation's printing specifically, but originally from
War of the Spark.
War of the Spark. There we go. I was going to say Aether Revolt, but that's not right. War of the Spark, $5.40 and stabilizing.
Jeez, how the mighty have fallen.
Is there a bit of a theme also with these two? I would say Flowering of the White Tree could go well in that Verena and Noctatomb zombie deck there.
I mean, it could, but
there's a lot of legendaries in the zombies.
And non-legendaries still get a boost, too.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what's the fucking legendary copy guy from Dom U zombie? Ratadrabic? Ratadrabic, he's black-white, that whenever a legendary creature dies, you make a token copy of it, except it's not legendary. And it's a 1/1.
That one probably is going to go up.
It's also a zombie.
Yep.
So keep an eye out on fancy versions of those ones. Final, we have Loyal Retainers. No, that is not Recruiter of the Guard in a mask. It is 2 and a white for a 1/1 Human Advisor. You sack it, return target legendary creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only during your turn before attackers are declared. $2.08. Slowly moving down. Could also go well in there. You get to return a legendary creature. You get to return the Varina. You get to return the Noctamoon.
But you know what, Matt? Price is going
Damn
up.
it.
Price is going down. You always want to try to snipe out those good prices. And it's a good thing our friends over at TCG Sniper help you find those cards.
They do.
Maybe one of these days those Hullbreaker horrors will go up to the price you have them marked on in your list.
My fingers are crossed.
So TCG Sniper is a wonderful resource that if you let them know that the guys at This Week in MTG sent you over, you'll get 3 months of their premium membership, which allows you to make an infinite list of product to get notified if they reach a price that you'd like to sell them at, so, something high, or a price you'd like to buy them at, something low. And notice I didn't say just singles. I said product. You can do Funko Pops. You can do other trading card games. You can do sealed product.
If it's on TCG
all
Player,
the shit. All the shit. All the stuff.
you can get the sniping on
Yep.
it.
So, and then the regular membership, just in case you can't afford the premium after the 3 months, it's still great.
It's
You
100% free.
get 15 cards, or products on a list
For free.
for free. And I know Matt and I still revel in the fun story we have from this that almost worked.
The Force of Negations,
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
you do. There are definitely moments where you can get shafted by someone typing in something wrong, but the fact is, you get notified right away,
Yep.
and that's how you snipe out good deals and stuff like that.
And Garrett almost sniped out like 50 copies of Force of Negation for like
$7.
$7.
Yeah.
And then
they're
I got
selling
it. Then I
4
got it.
for 70,
Yeah.
not 70 for 4.
Yeah.
or
And
40 for 7.
yeah. And got a notification back going, hey, fucked up on this. You still want these? No, I don't.
Yep.
I want them at $7.
Yep.
And if worst case scenario, if they're fake, well, I learned my lesson. But yeah, there you go. Now it's time to do an outro.
Oh, hold on before the
Oh,
outro.
wait.
It just crossed my mind here. I don't think we talked about this on an episode. I saw. Maybe we'll dive into this another week. We'll
Anyway.
add it for then, but we'll
What is
tease it. It's eBay and Facebook Marketplace stuff.
Ooh.
There's going to be
Ooh.
eBay on Facebook Marketplace.
Weird.
Not weird. It's collaboration. You're going to see eBay listings if you're scrolling through Facebook Marketplace. And I figured
Weird.
that could be important for card sellers and stuff because,
Huh.
people sell cards on eBay. So,
Yeah.
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 Got anything else you want to add to this before we hit the outro?
Get good, Anthony.
Get good, Anthony. First fucking Monty. Full-ass Monty because your dirty Jameson doesn't count.
And we all acknowledge it.
We all
Even
acknowledge
you
it.
do.
You do too. So thank you to all you legendary Magic folk for making it to the end of episode 240 of This Week in MTG. As we wrap up another episode, we want to extend our deepest gratitude to all of you, our incredible listeners and friends. Your enthusiasm fuels our passion for all things Magic the Gathering, and we're honored to be a part of this vibrant community. Stay tuned for more exciting updates, discussions, and insights in the world of MTG. Until next time, may your mana be plentiful and your draws ever favorable. Keep gathering those magical moments. And yes, Goose says, yeah, Anthony, get good.
Have a good night, everybody.
Except you, Anthony.
Just
Get good. Yep.
All right, don't forget to rate out.
Oh, good thing you reminded me.
Yep, that's what I'm here for.
Only one view is going to get going over. It shows we have 3. Where did you all go, you scrubs?
Does that include our YouTube ones?
Very possible it does include our YouTube ones. So, you know what? Never mind. You're not all scrubs. That's on me for thinking
Are you going to hit the rate now button?
as soon as I pull this up.
Rate them now. Rate them now.
Oh, look at that. They're all chilling. Okay, go give Sweaty some love. Looks like they're having dinner. Tell them to eat a taco for us.